Welcome everybody to the Lowdown on Ridertown here at the Cedar Rapids Rough Riders, 94.1 KRNA and the Union Station Extension. This is week number 7 for the show. It's March 1st. Hard to believe we are into the month of March. After tonight, we only have 3 episodes left. I believe we have March 8th, March 15th. The Rough Riders have a game on that Wednesday night, so we obviously won't have a show. March 22nd, we will, and then March 29th is the big finale. So 3 left. We post these all to krna.com and the KRNA YouTube page. The one from last week, our special Jersey Boys edition, that's up both at the YouTube page and krna.com. So if you guys want to listen back to that fun time, you can check it out. Also, the one from the 15th, I know we had a couple emails. I haven't gotten that one posted yet. That's on me. I'll get that posted here in the next couple of days from our show on the 15th of February. Aside from that, a reminder that we will have a drawing for a game-used goalie stick, maybe in honor of one of our guests tonight. That's why we're doing that, maybe. We also have $10 two-topping pizzas and $4.99 chicken strip baskets for the kids during the show, which runs from 6 to 6:30 every night, but doors open about 5 o'clock and people stick around afterwards as well. So come out and join us each and every week for the Lowdown on Ridertown. This week, as always, I'm joined by head coach Mark Carlson, but also by players Zach LaRocque, Arrak, and Tomas Vochozka. We'll get into questions for those guys in just a few minutes. First, let's run over results. Friday, we have a 4-1 win against Team USA, and then Saturday, a 2-1 loss. It's overtime, tough loss up at Dubuque. And Coach, I'll start there. Your thoughts on last week's action? You get a nice win against Team USA, and then a pretty tough loss there up at Dubuque.
Is it Vochozka?
Yeah, Vochozka.
All right, I've been saying it wrong then for a couple months.
I tried to do my homework online, but that's why I usually ask ahead of time too. Sometimes I get caught every now and then.
This is good stuff.
Yeah.
This is good.
You never know what you're going to learn.
Yeah, we're learning stuff.
Yeah, we're learning stuff already. We're only a couple minutes in. We're already learning stuff.
We got Jersey boys last week. We got European vacation tonight.
Yeah, we got it all going up.
We got a lot of stuff happening right now. That's good. So hockey?
Yeah, your thoughts on last week's action. We'll get into some of that stuff too, believe me.
It was a good weekend overall, and I thought Friday, kind of a pretty solid effort throughout, and then Saturday hung in there all night. It was 1-0, so I was really proud of how we hung in, and we got it into overtime there. And when that happens, it's a one-shot hockey game, but I was real proud of our guys, and 3 out of 4 points on the weekend I thought was great.
And since we have 3 guys up on stage with us tonight, that's the other good thing is over the course of this show, I think we're going to basically cover every player on the roster, so that's good. And we'll ask you guys, we'll get right into bios and backgrounds, and Robert, I'll start down on your end. Your bio, where you're from, and your journey to get here to Cedar Rapids.
I'm from Estonia. It's a small country. I think it's like Iowa. And yeah, it was pretty tough to come here, but I'm happy I'm here because it's far away from my family and my friends. But I'm happy that I'm here. It's a great place. Cedar Rapids, good coach, good team, good guys.
And from what I read, not much hockey in Estonia. How'd you get involved in the game? How'd you get started?
My father was playing hockey and my brother also, so I just started.
And Zach, how about your background, where you're from, and how you got here to Cedar Rapids?
I'm from Arvada, Colorado. Lived in Colorado basically my whole life, and this is my 2nd year here in Cedar Rapids. And I guess how I got started playing hockey is I think my dad was kind of messing around with some of his friends and joined like a beer league kind of thing back home, and I wanted to be like Dad, so I strapped up the pads and got in that when I was a little kid.
And Thomas, how about you? How'd you get here to Cedar Rapids? Where are you from, and how'd you get here with the Rough Riders?
Yeah, so I'm Tomas Vochozka. I'm from Czech Republic. It's a small country in Europe. It's like Estonia, but it's a hockey country. And I'm here for, I don't know, 1 month. I think more, but I don't know. But it's nice place here. It's a nice city and nice league. So I'm happy here.
And what do you think of the team, the teammates? How have you been able to get acclimated, get into this team?
Yeah, when I came here, so I saw in the some on internet. The team was that they didn't have good times, and I think since I came, we are going to be better, and we have nice practices and
Nice practices are always good, Coach. I know you probably appreciate good practices.
Have a nice practice.
Yeah, and Coach, I'll segue into you on that one. What do you think? What do you have to say about these guys? Obviously, we know they all put the emphasis on practice for sure, but what do you think about these guys, and why'd you choose to bring them all on board? Obviously, Zach, a returning player this year, too.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've all been real good for us, and Zach's here in his second year, and doing a really nice job, and got himself a college commitment to Air Force, which is a great thing, and really respect that for sure, and Robert and Thomas, haven't been with us that long, and I have to admit sometimes as a coach you forget some of the things that they mentioned, and that it's a big adjustment, coming from how far they've come, and in a different country, and teammates, and hockey, and a different size rink as well, and I think they've done really, really well so far, and I think that their best days are ahead, and it's nice to know that we have nice practices.
Yeah, that is nice. And now, Coach, I'll stick with you for just a couple minutes. We know that you always have to do your homework on any player that you bring in, but when you have guys that come from overseas, what's the scouting process for that like? What's the homework like, and how do you know that you can bring guys on board when you're looking overseas and bringing guys from afar?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm fortunate, to have some relationships with some people I respect out there as far as player agents, and we also do an awful lot of work through National Hockey League scouts, that go over and watch games in Finland and in Czech. So we depend an awful lot on those guys in those situations. We're also able to see tape on kids, this day and age, and able to have those things emailed to us and watch those. So those things certainly help out as well.
Now, Zach, Coach kind of already mentioned it, but if we talk a little bit about future goals, commitments, things that you have going on as you look beyond the Rough Riders, if you can kind of give us an idea of what you have going on past Cedar Rapids.
Well, goals-wise, I mean, the ultimate goal is to raise the Stanley Cup, obviously, and make an NHL career out of it. But future-wise, I'll be going to the United States Air Force Academy in Colorado there, and I'm pretty excited to get there and start with that. But I'm just got to take it one step at a time and keep developing and keep getting better as the year goes on.
Now, your college commitment, that's a big accomplishment, not only from securing a college commitment, but also serving our country as well. How did you choose Air Force? What was that process like, that decision like?
Well, the military had been something like always in the back of my mind since I've been younger, and so I wasn't really fazed by that aspect of it, but it's also a great school to go to, and it's got a great upcoming hockey program, and I really like the coaching staff there, and they really accepted me when I went there on the visit, so it was a pretty easy decision there.
And Robert, what are your goals in the game of hockey as you look beyond Cedar Rapids, look beyond the Rough Riders? What do you want to accomplish in the game and beyond?
My goals is to commit to college and play in the future for college, and after that to go to professional hockey.
And Thomas, I'll also ask you your goals in the game of hockey. What do you want to do beyond Cedar Rapids?
Yeah, so I want to go to the college, but I need to have better English. So next year I want to come back here, and I want to go to the high school here, and I hope there will be my English better.
You're doing a pretty good job up here so far. You're handling some tough questions. I'll try to take it easy on you here and there, but you're doing a pretty good job. And you already impressed Coach with the practice line, so you're a leg up on these other guys already. Zach, I'll ask you, you're a goalie. One other goalie on this squad. It's a unique position. How'd you gravitate toward being a goalie when you were a kid, when you were coming up in the game?
I was a pretty lazy little kid, and on offense, I would just kind of hang around by the net, not really do much defense. So my parents decided to change me to goalie because I didn't like to move around a whole lot, and it just kind of stuck from there.
Coach is making some interesting facial expressions down there, but Obviously, the work effort is on full bore now, though, since you joined the Rough Riders, for sure, as a goalie. We had Drew on a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about, I almost missed out on him. He was talking, one of the best things about being a goalie is the gear. You customize your stuff. Tell us a little bit about what your look looks like when you get out on the ice. What do you like about being a goalie, and some of the ways you can customize your gear?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's always great to have that aspect. You know, it's definitely something that's special to the position. And with my gear, I have a couple logos from the team on either side, and the Rocky Mountains on the top kind of to symbolize where I'm from, and that's where I go with that kind of stuff.
Okay, just a reminder to everybody, it's a nice weekend if you're a Rough Riders fan. Home games, back-to-back home games Friday and Saturday night against Madison on Friday night. It's Hawkeye night. I think there's going to be special themed jerseys for that one. And then Saturday at home inside the stable once again against Sioux City. And that's ladies' night. Post-game skate with the players as well. And also Craft Hockeyville, I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, a promotion that you can get some money for renovations to the stable. Already a beautiful facility, but obviously never hurts to have some more money. And an NHL pregame played there as well, preseason game. You can still vote, but I think the time's running out. Visit the Rough Riders Facebook page if you want more info on that, and there's also a link to vote up there. All right, we'll get into the speed round. Last week it was all jersey themed. Had a lot of fun with that. Came up with a lot of jersey questions. Tonight we're going to mix it up, go back to some of the variety format we had for the last couple weeks. And Zach, I'll start with you since we were just talking about some of the theme nights the Rough Riders have going on. I try to ask every player their favorite theme night that the Rough Riders have ever had, or if they had their choice, what would they do if they could do anything in the world? I'll ask you first.
Well, I'd have to go with Star Wars night as being my favorite. I like seeing the costumes out there before the game and stuff like that, and it's a good atmosphere before the game, and Star Wars is something that I grew up with, so that's something I enjoy.
Robert, I know you're pretty new here to Cedar Rapids, to the Rough Riders, and to maybe the concept of theme nights, but do you have anything that you like that the Rough Riders have done since you've been here?
I think I like the Star Wars nights also. It's just pretty funny.
And Thomas, how about theme night? Anything you've liked? You go along with these guys with Star Wars?
Yeah, I was here too for the Star Wars games, and it was good.
And in terms of favorite hockey team and player, Robert, we'll start on your end. Your favorite hockey team and player that you kind of look up to, or maybe try to idolize, try to pattern your game after.
I don't really have the favorite team, but I like more the Pavel Datsuk. He's almost center like me, and I like the way how he's playing. And also the Nikita Kucherov, who is playing for Tampa Bay. I like how his style.
And Zach, how about you? Favorite hockey team and player?
I'd have to go with Robert and saying I don't really have a favorite NHL team, but my favorite player for sure is Pecorine. He is a goaltender for the Nashville Predators.
And then Thomas, how about you? You have a favorite hockey team or player that comes to mind?
I don't have any favorite team in NHL, but I don't have some favorite player. But of course, the most I like Jaromír Jágr because he is the most favorite person in all Czech Republic.
He's the Czech Republic's native son, right? Yeah, he's as far as this I think is a new one. I've had host family meals before, but Zach, we'll start with you. Favorite snack or food? Something you just got to have.
That's a hard one. I'm a big trail mix guy. I really like the trail mix. We get that on the buses when we're heading to games, and I have my Philip Mom Peggy grab me some trail mix for the nights.
And Robert, how about you? Favorite snack or food that comes to mind?
I can't say really because I just like food.
It doesn't matter. You're across the board. It's all good. Yeah. Thomas, how about you? Favorite food, snack, something that comes to mind?
So my blood family is here, and they know I like the most pastas and chicken with rice.
Oh, okay. There you go. Got a pasta fan, Coach. When your mom sends the food over from New Jersey, you might have to supply these guys. Thomas hasn't had that experience yet, has he?
No, we're going to have to think about that one.
Yeah. And Coach, since you've got the mic on you, I'll ask you, We know how you spend your time on Wednesday nights, obviously. We know how you spend your time during the weekends during the season, but how do you spend your time during the week in terms of your responsibility as a coach, as a GM, as a president of this club? Take us into kind of a week, a typical week for you.
Well, take you into a typical week. I can tell you something from today that was. First of all, I think it's great how we're naming the shows. I think we should name the shows each week.
Yeah, I think we should have a theme.
So we've got European vacation.
European vacation. That's what we're going with.
So if anybody has any suggestions, you can feel free to let us know, because this has been real good the last couple of weeks. And but to give you a little look into the room today, and it just so happens that they're here. I went down. I was walking out of my office and down towards the dressing room where all these guys happen to be, and Thomas and Robert were, as they're smiling. Well, hold on, Robert. How many languages do you speak?
4.
He speaks 4 languages. This guy. And how about you, Thomas? Are you just 2?
I can speak just this 2 and a little bit we had in school at Germany.
Okay, so we'll say 3 for him, and so I happen to be walking by, and Robert and Thomas are talking, and I kind of buzzed by quick, and then I came back through again, and had kind of heard him saying some words and stuff, and I said, so what? Because I knew that Robert spoke 5 languages, so I said, what language were you guys just talking to each other? And they said, English, not very good English. It sounded Czech when I flew by, so that was pretty good.
Robert, fun fact that Coach just spilled the beans on you that you know 5 languages. How did you come about getting down and learning 5 languages? How did those come to you?
I was living like in Estonia, so I know Estonian, and like my mother tongue is Russian because my mom is from Russia and dad's parents are from Russian too, and I was playing for a little bit in Russia, and like a few years ago I moved to Finland and I was learning Finnish, and in school there was like Swedish too a little bit, so I know speak Swedish a little bit too, so, and I was learning the English since I went to school.
And Zach, I'll ask you as we go back to kind of the best of favorite theme. What's the favorite part about your hometown, where you're from, can even be home state? What do you really look forward to? I'm trying to keep this kind of Jersey theme, this pride in everyone's hometowns and countries going. So I'll ask you your favorite part about your hometown.
Usually I look forward to seeing the mountains again. Those are something I've always loved being a part of, and especially going out hiking and whatnot and seeing the views. It's really beautiful.
Robert, how about you? Your favorite part of Estonia? Obviously, people here probably have very little knowledge of that. What's your favorite part about your hometown, about home?
I think the old town, it's a beautiful place. I like to hang out with friends there. It's very beautiful on Christmas time, a lot of lights and stuff like that.
And then Thomas, how about you? Your favorite part about your hometown, where you're from, something you look forward to?
So about my hometown, we have nice castles. So we have in Czech a lot of old towns and nice nature.
We definitely don't have many castles in the U.S. Let's go to Disney World. That's not exactly the same history behind those. Coach, have you ever been to the Czech Republic or to Estonia?
No, I have not.
Have you ever hit these guys up for some tourist information, just in case you want to go someday? Where you need to go if you ever jump on a plane?
I had heard about the castles before.
Yeah,
so I had heard that.
That's a good highlight.
Yeah.
Guys, as far as your favorite thing to do, your life outside of hockey, outside of the rink, Robert, I'll start with you. What do you like to do when you're not playing hockey?
Hang out with friends, taking naps.
You're not the first player that said naps. A lot of players on this team like to take naps.
Yeah, watching movies and shows.
What's your favorite movie or show right now? Something you gotta watch?
I don't really have the favorites one because I'm watching a lot of movies.
Good way to learn English that way too. You picking up some English with that? Yeah. Zach, how about you? Life outside of hockey, your commitments, hobbies, things you like to do?
I would have to go with Robert. Hanging out with the guys is probably the best thing I like to do, and Sundays I look forward to going on sushi dates with Jake Johnson and Robert.
Where do you guys go for sushi?
We've been to Thai Moon and I've been downtown to Wasabi, and those places are pretty good.
What's your favorite? You got a favorite between those two?
Wasabi was more expensive, and Thai Moon was pretty good, so I don't know. I think I'd have to go with Thai Moon.
Go for the cheaper option. The quality's still good. And then, Thomas, how about you? What do you do outside of the game of hockey? What do you like to do for hobbies, for fun?
I like to hang out with some players or playing video games.
Now, you guys happen to have 2 home games. You don't have to get on the road. I know you guys try to make the most out of road trips, but Zach, I'll start with you. What's it like to be able to stay around Cedar Rapids, stay home this weekend, and how do you spend your time in between, your downtime in between games where you don't have to worry about traveling?
Well, usually you just kind of relax in between games and just stay low, just stay fresh for games. But it's definitely nice to be home for both games. I know the players love the crowds that we get and all the support from the fans and whatnot, so it's always great to have 2 home games.
And Robert, coming from overseas, what's been your biggest adjustment to coming to the USHL, playing hockey with the Rough Riders? What's been the biggest adjustment for you?
I don't really know.
A lot of players say the speed. Has that been tough?
Yeah, here's like more guys. They're faster. The physical, like it's more physical game here, and the ring is smaller here.
And Thomas, I'll ask you the same thing. What's been the biggest thing to get used to playing here in the United States and playing in the USHL?
So I think everything is different. The game is so much faster, more physical, and about so many fans like here is going just on men's in Czech, so it's nice.
And I'll keep this with you, Thomas. What's the locker room like? You have guys from different parts of the world, guys from different parts of the United States. What's the team bonding been like? How do you get along with your teammates?
The teammates are helping me with everything, so it's nice. And just if they are talking in the locker room, so there are some words what I don't understand, but I ask them and they can tell it again.
And Zach, last week we got into a little bit of the rivalry with the Jersey guys who were up here, and obviously we've heard some guys from Minnesota and from Michigan. Do you kind of have to rep Colorado in the locker room? Is there any rivalry between you guys when it comes to your home state?
A little bit. A big thing was the Denver Broncos, and I was kind of hoping that they were going to be a little better this year, but things don't work out as well as you want them to sometimes, but yeah.
And it's been a few weeks since I've asked the guys up on stage, but any of you can answer this. We can go down the line if we have to. Have any of you guys gotten involved with ping pong? You guys involved with that? Robert?
Yeah.
You said that pretty confidently. Are you pretty good at ping pong?
Not bad.
Zach, how about you? Get involved in that?
Yeah, I love to play ping pong, but I usually end up on the losing end of every game I play, so I'm not too good.
Thomas, how about you? Have you gotten involved in ping pong, any of those games?
I don't know if I'm good, but we play very often with Robert, so.
You're getting a lot of practice in. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, Coach, I was going to ask you, we didn't get a chance to talk about this last week, but the Rough Riders had the U13, the challenge, with the teams that came into the stable. In your mind, how'd that go? Were you able to catch any of that action? I know it was the first year for that event.
Sure, yeah, I think it was great. Jason Shaner, the Bird, he's here tonight, and he's jacked up. He's waving in the back, and he was really the guy in charge of that. So he did a really good job with it. I think all the kids had a real good experience, being able to see a USHL game, and it was nice to see some of our teams, our Rocky Mountain Rough Rider teams here. So that was good, and I thought it was good all around.
Now we have just a couple minutes left, and I'll just say this just in case anyone hasn't yet, but you can still sign up for our raffle that we're going to have here, or our giveaway that we're going to have in just 2 minutes. So if you haven't had the chance yet, the box is back there just in case. I forgot that at the start, so I want to throw that out there. A few minutes left. Guys, we'll spend these last couple minutes before we get to talking about this weekend's action. Talk a little bit about host families, community, who you guys are with. Robert, I'll start on your end. Who do you live with, and what's that been like?
I live in a very good family, rich family, with Liam Walsh and Trevor Zins. They're great guys. We had also the Bill brother, Matt. He's a great guy too. So I must say that Irish food, my village mom food is the best thing what it was in America would happen with me.
The food is the best thing to happen since you've come to America?
Yeah.
That's good. What's your favorite meal with the host family? Something you really look forward to?
I don't really have the best meal because all of meals is very good.
You're playing this. This is a good game to play. You're going to get some good meals after this. This is very smart. Zach, how about you, your host family, and what's that been like for you?
I live with the Wagners, Piggy, Tyler, Amber, and Mackenzie, and it's been great. I love it there. They're an amazing family, and they also cook very great food, and their hospitality is unbelievable.
Do you have a highlight as far as the food is concerned?
I really look forward to steak nights. I'm a big steak and mashed potatoes guy.
That's nothing wrong with some steak. Thomas, how about you, your host family? Who do you live with here in Cedar Rapids?
I played in Czech 1 year in some other team, and we lived in a hotel. So, and now I live in blood family, and so much better. They are helping me with everything what I need. They buy for me everything. They cook for me everything I need. So it's nice.
And you already mentioned your favorite meal from before, but Coach, have you ever had a player that had to go from the hotel life to host family life before?
No, I haven't. I have not had that. We've got to work with Robert though, because I mean the favorite thing he says he's got here says is the meals, and I know that the Rishes make great meals, and I know that that's awesome. But we got to get him talking about scoring more goals.
Yeah.
I mean, being happy about scoring goals.
In his defense, we really themed that question right to food, so hockey probably wasn't even on his mind. I'll stick up for you on that one, Robert. All right, as we wrap up here, we'll talk about this coming weekend's action. Friday, you got a game against Madison, and then Saturday, home once again against Sioux City. And Zach, I'll start with you this time. Your thoughts as you head into this weekend's action. Seems like the team's picking up some momentum from game to game.
Yeah, no, we're definitely a really great team, and I think we just need to take it one game at a time, not really worry about Saturday. And everything's on Friday night against Madison right now, and just, again, taking it one step at a time and using the game plan and just going after it and everything we can Friday night to get the win.
Robert, how about you? Your thoughts as you head into this weekend's action?
Yeah. And like we have now a very good team. It's much better since I came here. Like just if you look on the practices, like passing is so much better than it was before. So I think it will be great weekend.
And then Thomas, I'll wrap up with you as far as players' thoughts. What do you think going into this weekend with your two games that you have coming up?
Yeah, so I think we played very well last week. So I think we have a very big chance to win. And on Friday we play against Madison, and we know them really good. And every game against them is about one goal. So we have to follow the game plan and we can win. And the Sioux City, I don't know. I never played against them.
Some tough games. Obviously, you guys look at opponents. It's just another game, one game at a time. Coach, I'll wrap up with you. Your final thoughts as you head into this weekend's action.
Well, just like the guys said here, we want to get ourselves ready for Friday. Madison's a real tough opponent. We've had some real battles against them, and take them one at a time and get ready for that one.
Guys, we want to thank all of you, Robert, Zach, Thomas, Coach, for being with us here at the Lowdown on Ridertown. I want to remind everybody, Friday and Saturday, both home games. Madison on Friday night, Sioux City on Saturday. Madison is Hawkeye night. I think they're going to have jerseys for that one. There's an auction, I think, up right now for those. And then Sioux City is ladies' night. Ladies get $1 off any beverage, and there will be a post-game skate with the Riders. This podcast, this broadcast, this audio will be up in just a few days at the KRNA YouTube page and krna.com. We will see you next Wednesday, March 8th, for another Lowdown on Ridertown here with the Union Station Extension. Thanks, everybody, for coming out.
Thanks, Coop.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Thomas.
And we will have our drawing here, too, in the last couple minutes.
I'm going to pitch my chair down.
This is for a game-used goalie stick.
Team autograph.
Team autograph, so every player on it. I really like this person's first name, Cooper Johnson. Cooper? Yeah, congrats, Cooper. Liking that first name. the winner of a signed and game-used goalie stick. Congrats, Cooper. Reminder, once again, we'll be here next week, 6 to 6:30. Doors open about 5 o'clock. People stick around afterwards as well for the Lowdown on Ridertown. Thanks.